In a global landscape characterized by a severe scarcity of fundamental resources, governments across various nations are crumbling. Among the nations affected, Spain and its neighboring countries have succumbed to the rule of a totalitarian regime. This oppressive regime has resorted to drastic measures, including the elimination of elderly citizens, pregnant women, and innocent children, in a desperate attempt to cope with the pervasive shortages plaguing the region. Mia, a pregnant woman, and her husband, Nico, make a heart-wrenching decision to escape their homeland and seek refuge in Ireland. Their choice is driven by the unbearable tragedy of losing their daughter, Uma, who met a tragic end at the hands of the oppressive regime. Desperate to provide Uma with a fleeting moment of joy, Mia took her ailing daughter, who had grown restless from confinement within their home for days, out to play for a brief respite. In a cruel twist of fate, the authorities discovered Uma during those precious minutes and callously snatched her away, ultimately subjecting her to a harrowing fate. This devastating loss propels Mia and Nico to seek solace and safety in a land where the citizens have collectively rejected the oppressive regime. Mia and Nico make the heart-wrenching decision to sacrifice all their worldly possessions to pay the smugglers, who specialize in helping refugees find passage to Ireland through the use of shipping containers. As they secure their places within separate containers, their journey commences with an abrupt and heart-wrenching separation. Nico finds himself in a container distinct from Mia's, a cruel twist of fate that compounds their anxiety and despair. Nevertheless, they cling to the lifeline of their mobile phones, which enables them to maintain contact, offering a fragile but crucial connection in the face of adversity. As their containers arrive at the port, the situation takes a perilous turn when vigilant police officers decide to inspect Mia's container. With a keen eye, one officer discerns the presence of hidden individuals, setting the stage for a tense and potentially life-altering confrontation. Mia exhibits remarkable resourcefulness by scaling a crate and concealing herself just in the nick of time, escaping the tragic fate that befalls all the others within the container, who are mercilessly gunned down. As the container reaches the ship, Mia stands as the sole survivor, a haunting testament to the cruelty she's witnessed. But Mia's ordeal is far from over. The cruel hand of destiny intervenes as a fierce storm ravages the vessel, causing Mia's container to be violently cast overboard into the raging sea. Injured and disoriented, Mia grapples with the realization that she is adrift, surrounded by an endless expanse of water with no land in sight. The container itself bears witness to the storm's fury, with holes that admit a slow but relentless inflow of seawater. Amid the mounting despair, she tenaciously sets about sealing the holes in the container, a desperate bid to stave off the encroaching sea, all while clinging to the fragile thread of hope that binds her to Nico in their shared struggle for survival. A glimmer of hope emerges as Nico calls her through the phone, affirming that he, too, has survived. The connection rekindles a spark of determination in Mia's heart, while Nico's desperate journey takes an unexpected turn when it's revealed that he never reached the port at all. Deception by the unscrupulous truck driver leaves him and his fellow travelers stranded within the city, a cruel betrayal of their hopes. Determined to reunite with his wife and child, Nico makes a solemn promise to find a way to rescue Mia from her dire predicament. The weight of their separation fuels his resolve to overcome the obstacles before him. Amid the turmoil, a new challenge emerges as Mia goes into labor, forced to navigate the daunting journey of childbirth entirely on her own. In this trying moment, she welcomes her daughter into the world and names her Noah, a name thoughtfully chosen by Nico. Yet, the cracked screen of Mia's phone renders her unable to initiate calls, leaving her reliant on Nico's outreach. With bated breath, Mia waits the precious connection that only he can establish, rekindling the glimmer of hope that sustains her through these challenging times. Mia understands that her survival, along with her daughter, hinges on her resilience until the moment Nico locates them. Faced with the perils of their oceanic confinement, a new challenge emerges, their depleting supplies of sustenance. As the days drag on, Mia's meager stockpile of food and water dwindles to nothing, leaving her in a state of excruciating hunger and thirst. With sheer determination and desperation, Mia embarks on a risky course of action. Starving and severely dehydrated, she resolves to breach her steel prison by creating openings in the container's top. Armed with makeshift tools, she painstakingly drills holes to carve out an exit. A daring gambit born of necessity that carries both hope and peril as it unfolds. The task of creating an opening in the container proves to be far more formidable than Mia initially anticipated, as various challenges and obstacles complicate her efforts. Determined to survive and provide for her daughter, Mia resorts to an extraordinary act of ingenuity and desperation. With limited options and her own well-being hanging in the balance, she consumes a part of her own umbilical cord, a grim sacrifice that sustains her temporarily. In a stroke of good fortune, Nature lends a hand when rainwater begins to seep through the holes Mia had diligently drilled. This newfound source of water offers a lifeline to the parched and weakened mother and child, bolstering their chances of survival. As Mia's strength gradually returns, she perseveres, finally succeeding in carving an opening in the container. Their newfound freedom allows Mia and Noah to bask in the sunlight and embark on a search for assistance. Unfortunately, Mia injured herself as she hurriedly pulls herself out of the container when she saw an airplane. She is forced to perform a makeshift suturing of the wound, utilizing whatever items she can scrounge from her confined environment. Resourceful and resilient, Mia utilizes the various items within the container to fashion a makeshift fishing net, transforming her fortunes. With this newfound tool, she secures a steady supply of fish, thereby eliminating the specter of starvation that had haunted them throughout their arduous ordeal. Amid the relentless adversity, Noah emerges as Mia's wellspring of resilience. In these trying times, their connection becomes a lifeline as Mia finds strength in talking to her daughter. She confides in Noah, even recounting the heartbreaking loss of Uma, a burden she mistakenly believes she bears responsibility for. Having already suffered the anguish of losing one child, Mia is resolute in her determination not to lose another, anchoring her will to survive in her bond with Noah. Throughout their grueling ordeal, Mia's days blur into one another, with 12 long, agonizing days having passed since she was first trapped within the container. Finally, Nico manages to contact Mia's phone. In his final moments, Nico conveys a heartfelt goodbye to Mia, explaining that, despite his unwavering effort, he will be unable to rescue her. Driven by his unwavering love and concern for his pregnant wife, he embarks on a perilous mission to reach her. He clandestinely boards a ship, hoping to reunite with Mia and Noah. Tragically, his presence is discovered, leading to a fatal confrontation in which he is shot. This devastating turn of events shatters their hopes of a reunion and casts a long shadow of despair over Mia's already dire circumstances. Mia shares the bittersweet story of Noah's birth with Nico, allowing him the precious opportunity to speak to his daughter for the first and, tragically, the last time. Consumed by the fervent desire for the survival of his beloved wife and daughter, Nico extracts a promise from Mia, urging her to pledge that she will persevere and make it out of this ordeal alive. As the relentless passage of time extends to 26 grueling days inside the container, Mia faces an agonizing reality. She is forced to take refuge on top of the container with Noah. The interior of their steel prison is now nearly submerged, and the cherished photographs of her family, which Mia had clung to for solace, are lost to the rising tide. Driven by a profound longing, Mia ventures back into the container in a desperate attempt to retrieve Uma's photograph, which she spots floating within. But in an eerie twist of fate, she becomes ensnared and trapped within the rapidly flooding container. As the water continues to rise, it engulfs the entire container, causing Noah's makeshift cradle to slide from the top, plunging their already dire situation into a perilous and heart-wrenching climax. Under the shroud of the night's darkness, Mia's heart races with fear as she desperately searches for her precious Noah. Her calls for her daughter echo through the eerie stillness, yet Noah remains elusive, lost to the obscurity of their dire situation. Amid the inky abyss of the ocean, an unexpected presence emerges as a benevolent whale encircles Noah. When a gentle splash of water from the whale touches her, Noah begins to cry, her distress a poignant beacon in the night. And the sound of Noah's cries acts as a guiding star, leading Mia to her daughter's location amidst the watery expanse. However, the relief of their reunion is fleeting. With the container now fully submerged, they find themselves adrift in the open sea, their only lifeline being Noah's makeshift cradle. Deprived of the essentials for survival, Mia understands that their prospects for endurance are grim unless they receive assistance promptly. The chilling embrace of the sea leaves them both shivering, and Noah is stricken with a fever. In the midst of their dire circumstances, Mia tenderly imparts a narrative of love and resilience to her daughter, recounting how she has been the source of strength and hope throughout their harrowing journey. With her resolve unwavering, Mia believes she has exhausted every ounce of her power in the battle for their survival, as they confront the merciless vastness of the open sea. In a moment of desperate hope, Mia's keen eyes spot a gathering of seagulls circling overhead. Mia releases what remains of the fishbones into the water, a desperate attempt to draw the attention of the seabirds. To her astonishment, the ruse succeeds, as a multitude of seagulls flock to their location, creating a commotion that captures the attention of a passing fishing boat. On board the fishing boat, a compassionate fisherwoman, accompanied by her father and son, discovers Noah and embarks on a rescue mission. Mia's ordeal takes a perilous turn as she drowns in the tumultuous waters. Fortunately, she had tethered herself to Noah's cradle, allowing the fisherwoman to pull her from the depths. The fisherwoman swiftly performs life-saving CPR on Mia, defying the odds and successfully reviving her. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, the fisherwoman's father contacts the emergency services, urgently requesting medical assistance for both Mia and Noah. In the midst of this life-saving drama, Mia catches sight of the fisherwoman's son, a poignant testament to the absence of the oppressive regime. As realization dawns upon Mia that they have reached Ireland, she is overcome with tears of relief and gratitude. The arduous journey, marked by heartache and despair, culminates in a moment of profound triumph and the promise of a new beginning for Mia and Noah in a land free from the grip of tyranny. And that's the end of the story. I hope you liked it. Comment down below what movies do you like us to recap next. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.